Hey, how's it going, everybody? In this Python video, we're going to be taking a look at named tuples and what named tuples are and why we would use them. So you can think of a named tuple kind of like a lightweight object that works just like a regular tuple, but it's more readable. So what do I mean by this? So say that we want to represent RGB color values, red, green, blue color values in code, and say that we choose a tuple to do this. So here is a regular tuple. So we have color equal to, and this will be our red, 55 will be our red, 155 will be our green, 255 will be our blue. So let's say that we wanted to print out the red value. So in order to print out that red value, we would just do print color, and then we would do index of 0. And if we run that code, then you can see that we got 55 for the red value. Now what's going to happen here is that someone else is going to come and look at this code, or even you could come and look at this code weeks and months later, and they're going to read this and they're not going to know what's going on. We have color equal to these numbers, and then we're printing out the index of 0. You know, what are these numbers? Somebody could look at this and think, you know, is this hue, saturation, and light, or I don't know what's going on here. So it would be really nice if this was more readable. Now the first idea that might pop into your head is to use a dictionary. So let's see what that would look like. So let's grab a dictionary representation of this, and let's paste this in here. Now instead of printing out this index of 0 down here, let's print out red, and let's save that. And if we run it, you can see that we got the same thing. It's 55. So what is wrong with this? Why wouldn't we choose to use a dictionary? Well, first of all, maybe we chose to use a tuple for a reason. So tuples are immutable, which means that you can't change the values. Maybe that's something that we wanted. And also, dictionaries require a little bit more typing here. So if we made more than one color, we'd have to come in and type all this out every time we created a new color. So a named tuple is kind of a good compromise between the tuple and the dictionary, between readability, and also it gives you the functionality of a tuple. So let's go ahead and see what this would look like. So let me copy the example I have here and paste this in. And let's go ahead and go over this. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and take out these values here. Okay, so first of all, to use the named tuple, first we have to import it. So from collections, import named tuple. And then this line here is the syntax that we use for named tuple. So we'll do that we want a color equal to named tuple, and then the name of our named tuple, and we'll do this as color. I have all this typed out up top, but I just want you to see if you are making one yourself, the steps here. So the named tuple is named color, and then these are going to be the values of the tuple. So the values that we want for our tuple are red, green, and blue. So that's what the syntax looks like to create a named tuple. Now let's take a look at the advantages over a regular tuple here. Now if you remember, when we created a regular tuple, we just did the values like this, and it wasn't very readable. And now we are saying that we want this variable color equal to color, which is what we called our named tuple here. And right now we have 55, 155, 255, and that is red, green, and blue. Now I can still use this just like a regular tuple. If I wanted to come in here and I wanted to do print the index of 0, which would be our red value, then I can print that and it prints out 55. But I can also come in here and print these out by name. So I can say color.red and print that out, and you can see that it's 55. Now you can see this is already a lot more readable than our regular tuple, because whenever we come in here or somebody else comes in and looks at our code, they're going to see, okay, they're printing out color.red. So, and then they're going to look up here and say, okay, this is a color with 3 values here, and they can make a guess as to what that is. Now if you want to be really explicit, you can actually come in here and add all these values in, so that whenever you come back you know exactly what those values are. But even without those there, somebody's going to be able to come in and see, okay, you created this from this color here, and then they can look back at the named tuple where you made that definition, and they can see that it's red, green, and blue. With the regular tuple, you didn't have that. That information was nowhere to be found. And now, if you remember, also this is a lot less typing as well. If you remember our dictionary here, every time if we were to make a new color or something like that, and I'll just call this something else so it doesn't collide with our other one. So with our dictionary, this we had all this typing to do, but if I wanted to make another color from a named tuple, then I don't have to type out all this stuff. I can just do, okay, I want a color, and white would be 255, 255, 255, and that's done. And then later in the code, if I wanted to print out, say, the blue value of white, then I would just do white.blue, and you can see that that is 255. And that's also a little bit easier to write than the dictionary. If you remember the dictionary, we can't do this dot syntax, we'll get an error. We have to put that in brackets, which isn't a big deal, but it's a lot more typing. It's a lot easier just to come in here and use the dot syntax. So hopefully that kind of clears up what a named tuple is and why exactly you would use one. And also I hope you can see how this is a lot more readable than what a regular tuple might be. So whenever someone else reads your code, or whenever you come back to your code in a couple of weeks or months, then you're going to be able to take a look at this and see almost instantaneously what's going on. And with the regular tuple example that we used, that would have been really hard. So yeah, I hope that cleared any questions that you had about named tuples. If you do have any questions, then just ask in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe for future Python videos, and thank you guys for watching.